Hi everyone, so I'm back with another video. I'm back with another celebrity book recommendations video. I took a little bit of a break after doing Johnny Depp's. That one took a long while, so I took a little bit of a break to prep for a few more, which is kind of taken up my room. Need I say more? So we're starting off, actually, she's only got a little pile. I don't know whether you can guess by these titles. We are doing Elizabeth Olsen. So I have read all three of what I can find of Elizabeth Olsen's book recommendations. So to start out with, if you have not heard of Elizabeth Olsen is an actress most notably known for playing Wanda Maximoff in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. She was with Tom Hiddleston in I See the Light as his wife. She's got famous siblings, but I'm not going to discuss them. We are just talking about Lizzie herself. So, she, as I have been looking at, has read 3 books. She's probably read more in her lifetime. These are her 3 recommendations. So I've read all 3. So I'm going to start with the one I wasn't keen on, which ironically was the first one I tried, which is Circe or Circe by Madeline Miller. So, this is set in ancient Greece. It's set in the Greek mythology. It's set in the house of Helios, god of the sun and the mightiest of the Titans, and a daughter is born, Circe. So she's not powerful and terrible like her father, or not gorgeous and mercenary like her mother, but she has a dark power of her own, which is witchcraft. And her gift threatens the gods. She is banished to an island to hone her occult crafts, casting spells, gathering strange herbs, and taming wild beasts. Yet a woman who stands alone cannot live in peace forever. As long as among her island guests is an unexpected visitor, the mortal Odysseus, for whom Circe will risk everything. Sadly, I actually DNF'd this. I got 39% of the way in, and just really could not do it. Sadly. It just lacked plot. Barely anything was happening. It started out good, but just kind of went downhill from there. There's too much telling, not enough showing, and there's nowhere to form a connection to any of these characters, and which was an overflow of characters, quite ironically. So I just couldn't get far enough into this. And also it's very feministy, and I'm not into that kind of idea. I don't mind women having rights, but when you get above that, I'm not getting into it. Not for me. So, then I moved on to All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. So open your eyes and see what you can with them before they close forever, which is ironically one of my favourite quotes. So from Marie Law, blind since the age of 6, so the world is full of mazes. The miniature of a Paris neighbourhood made by her father to teach her the way home. The microscopic layers within the invaluable diamond that her father guards in the Museum of Natural History. The walled city by the sea where father and daughter take refuge when the Nazis invade Paris. And the future which draws her ever close to Werner, a German orphan destined to the labour in the mines. Until a broken radio fills his life with possibilities and brings him to the notice of the Hitler Youth. I gave this 5 stars. This was brilliant. Honestly. I fully trusted her on this one. This was a hauntingly beautiful story. It's actually technically 2 stories completely parallel to each other, and they are brought together by the one war. It's set between two societies, told from two children's perspectives. That's the important factor. It's told by the two children, not the adults, the children. And it just truly shows what kids had to endure in this world. This is historical fiction, not non-fiction. And it also showed what they had to do and what they are also forced to do on occasion. Like him fixing that broken radio got him noticed by the Hitler Youth. Did he want to join? Who knows? But did any of them kids want to join? More than likely some of them didn't. They were probably forced into it. The descriptions are beautiful. The scenes are vivid, and it's just a beautiful book, honestly. I would totally read this again, even though it's so big. So then the next one. Talking to Strangers by Malcolm Gladwell. This is non-fiction. It's about a routine traffic stop that ends in tragedy. The spy who spends years undetected at the highest level of the Pentagon. The false conviction of Amanda Knox. Why do we often get people wrong? Why is it hard to detect a lie, read a face, and judge a stranger's motive? Through a series of encounters and misunderstandings from history, psychology, and infamous legal cases, Malcolm Gladwell takes us on an intellectual adventure to the darker side of human nature. The strangers are never simple, and misreading them can have disastrous consequences. No one challenges our shared assumptions like Malcolm Gladwell, and here he uses stories of deceit and fatal error to cast doubt on our strategies for dealing with the unknown and inviting us to rethink this in troubled times. This was astonishing to read, honestly. Another 5 stars, surprisingly. It's equally as harrowing as it is an interesting novel to be able to read from these well-known scandals and from the perspective of a stranger and a perspective of psychology. He puts so many psychological theories into this, and also I've done a psychology diploma, so this was more intriguing that way. These theories can actually be applied to fully real-life situations, which make it all the more interesting. Strangers can be complicated, easily misunderstood, and both good and evil at the same time. One moment he talks about is Neville Chamberlain going to meet Hitler. They don't teach you this in history. He met Hitler twice, and in doing so, he judged Hitler's character and thought the war wouldn't start. He wouldn't start the war. Yet here we are, like, almost 90 odd years later, looking at war veterans. 100 years later-ish, 90, 95, 100 years later. And there's war veterans around from World War II because Hitler started that war that Neville Chamberlain believed he never would. So it's like, you have to weigh up your pros and cons with strangers. But you also can't judge them all and paint them all by the same brush. So this is definitely intriguing. I'd recommend that. So, she has definitely won me over with 2 books, 1 not so much. I am a bit iffy now going into Madeline Miller's book that I have on my shelf, The Song of Achilles, but I will give it a shot. So yes, I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you next time. I don't know which celebrity will be next, but you will find out when I have read those books. So yeah, bye.